In this video, I'm going to show you 2 mistakes that you are probably making when you're practicing your chord changes. These are things that I see commonly with my students. Hopefully this helps you. Also, make sure you watch to the end of the video where I destroy a guitar, sort of, gradually. So one of the things that I see very commonly is people not noticing that some chords have shared notes between them. An example of this would be A minor going to C major. And so what people do when they're practicing these chords is they go from their A minor, they take all their fingers off, and then they switch to C major. And the problem with that is that you have 2 notes, your index finger and your middle finger actually share notes between those 2 chords. Only the ring finger has to move, just like this right here. So if you take notice of that when you're changing chords, that can save you some time. It can make some of your chord changes a bit easier. A similar problem that I see that some people make is that they take their fingers way too far off of the fretboard, way too far away from the fretboard when they're changing chords. So for instance, if you're moving from like E minor to A minor, you don't need to move your fingers way out here and then bring them all the way back. Just make very small movements to move between chords. And that's true for any set of chords, really. If you keep your fingers closer to the fretboard, it's going to be easier to move those fingers to the right place. So here's how you're going to practice this. Take 2 chords. I'm just going to do C and D. And you're going to practice switching between these 2 chords. But what I want you to do is try to keep your fingers as close as you can to the fretboard as you move between these 2 chords. And you can, strum each chord when you get there, but move very slowly. Be very patient with this and just move nice and close to those strings, not moving your fingers way far out here and then coming back down, because that's just going to make it harder. If you can keep your fingers fairly close, then it is going to make moving between these chords faster and eventually very easy to do. So that's just one practical way that you can put this into use. Don't forget, I have a chord fluency training course coming out soon. So if you want some information about that, you can click on the link in the description and get on the waiting list.